Hello again, everybody. We're going to be making some lemon chicken today. So all the ingredients to let you know you're going to need if you're doing this at home and what we're going to be using in the truck. So if you're going at home, you need a quarter cup of olive oil, and they say good olive oil, so probably extra virgin would be ideal. You need 3 tablespoons of minced garlic. Oop, skipped over. Which is about 9 cloves worth. Now in the truck we can use this. It's already minced up for you. You can pick it up at the store. It makes it very convenient. Then you need 1/3 of a cup of dry white wine. Now we're not allowed to have alcohol in the truck, so white wine vinegar. It's a good alternative and it's a good replacement option. You need 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. So we do have a lemon. We're going to be getting the zest from the outside using a grater. They have these nice tiny little ones, come in handy, and they don't take up much room. You need 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. So the lemon that I'm going to be squeezing, I'm going to get the zest from. Comes in handy. 1.5 teaspoon of dried oregano. 1 teaspoon of minced fresh thyme leaves. Now you can pick these up at Walmart. I'm not sure if they have this version of it. I didn't see it there when I went, so I went with the full-fledged fresh version and minced it up. Kosher salt and fresh ground pepper. 4 boneless chicken breasts with the skin on. Now I did prep the chicken breast ahead of time, so that way you guys don't have to watch me cutting into a chicken breast again. Skin on. In the truck we're not going to be doing it skin on. We're going to leave the skin off, so sorry about that, but we're not going to be doing it that way here. And then 1 whole lemon on top of all that. Now that's for at home. For us, obviously we're cutting everything into quarters, so we're doing 1/4 of that because this is calling for 4 whole chicken breasts, 6 to 8 ounces. I'm pretty sure mine's actually a little bit more. Don't want that to slide off. So those are our ingredients. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your lunchbox stove, grab one of your loaf pans, throw it in there directly. We're not going to do the whole oven thing where we're using the crimped loaf pan this time. Throw it in there with your olive oil. So just a nice coating across the entire bottom of the loaf pan. Throw it in there and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. That'll heat up the olive oil. Once that's done, you're going to add your garlic. Now, if you're doing this at home, you do it on the stove top. You heat up the olive oil and then you throw the garlic in and you only let it sit for 1 minute. You don't want the garlic to brown. Okay, I just added my garlic. You don't want the garlic to brown. You just want to start pulling some of that flavor out. Once that has had a chance to heat up and, pull some of that flavor out, which in the truck we're going to say it's going to be 2 or 3 minutes. Once that's done, you're going to want to pull it off of the heat and add all your ingredients, kind of. So, to start off with, I've already minced up my thyme and I already got my lemon cut into wedges. We're going to need that later. I cut it in half though because I got the other half over here. Now we are timing this on the garlic and letting it sit, like I said, for a few minutes. While that's happening, we can measure out the rest of our ingredients. And I forgot, I got a measuring cup right here. Got a coffee measuring cup, 2 tablespoons. So, once again, it is calling for 1/4 cup of good olive oil. We already did that. 1/3 cup of white wine dry. Now 2 tablespoons, I believe it's 3 tablespoons to 1/3 of a cup, so we're only gonna want maybe half of this at most. So, for our white wine, we're going to fill it up only halfway. Sadly, I have not picked up my I have not picked up an actual measuring spoon set for some reason. I do have my measuring cups, but no measuring spoons, which I guess is kind of ironic. So we got that measured out. I'm going to pretty much eyeball everything else in all honesty. So, starting to smell a little bit of garlic. That's perfect. Okay, good. We got that nice garlic smell. We're taking it off the heat. Well, once we get it off the heat, let's go ahead and throw in our crimped loaf pan and get that ready to go. So I'm going to close my lunchbox stove back up and let that just sit there and gain more heat. We're going to add all of our ingredients. So we are adding our thyme, We are adding our white wine vinegar. We're going to add our oregano. And then we're going to add our lemon juice. Now, lemons do have seeds in them. This doesn't matter. You could try to get the seeds out, but like I said, it doesn't really matter. And I'm just using a half of a lemon for this. This is one of those cases you don't want to get that imitation stuff because you do need lemon wedges to do this recipe. So don't even bother with the imitation stuff. You're going to need a lemon anyway. One whole lemon will do it for you in the truck. Now, if you're doing it at home, you do need one whole lemon just for wedges. You can obviously get the imitation stuff, but once again, you can't really get that rind without it. So we're going to go ahead and go for our what the hell is it called? Lemon zest. The lemon zest is just the outermost layer of the lemon. So it's kind of like the skin, but you just want a tiny bit. If you take a look, you can see I've got really dark yellow, and then I've got this lighter yellow. You don't want to get too much into that. That's really, really bitter. So you just want that dark yellow, just the outside of it, and that's it. Got to reach in there and yank out that lemon zest. And you take a look, that's what our lemon zest looks like. So that's all we're adding. It's loaded with flavor. It is excellent, excellent stuff. Anytime you want a load of lemon flavor, lemon zest is the way to go. It's even more powerful than the actual lemons itself. So we got everything in there. Gonna let it mix up a little bit. Just gonna swish it around. And then we're going to put our chicken in. Now, before we put our chicken in, for one, gloves. As you know, I like to use these gloves, and it makes it so life's a lot easier. Now, I could have used it earlier because I have, I guess, a little bit of a cut around my cuticle, and I noticed it when I was squeezing out the lemon. You don't have to. You don't have to use them at all, but hey, I'm going to be handling chicken, so I might as well use the gloves. So, got our gloves. Pop those on. Now with the chicken, one key thing that you want to do is you want to pat it dry. It gets that kind of slimy stuff on it. You want all the moisture off of it before you do anything with it. So we're patting it dry. Nice and dry. Gonna get my cutting board down so I have a surface to work on. And now we're gonna put a light coat of olive oil and some salt and some pepper on it, which of course I didn't get those out. So we're just gonna put a light coating of olive oil. That's one of the reasons why you want to pat it dry. That coating really sticks very nicely if it's dry. It doesn't stick nearly as nice if it's all wet and slimy like it comes out of the package. So we got our olive oil on there. I'm going to take one glove off and I'll leave the other one on so I can still handle the chicken with this one. And we're going to add our salt and pepper. Now with the salt, you want to use kosher or sea salt. Pickling salt is another option. In all honesty, it's a nice thick salt that you want to use. This is going to help draw out some moisture and some of the flavor of the chicken itself. The lemon will be kind of overpowering, just to be honest, and that's good. That's what we're looking for. But we do want the chicken still to be present. I can't find my pepper right now. Oh, there it is. There's my pepper. Well, my pepper. Guess I'll have to clean this later. Flip it over, get some more pepper on it. Okay, pepper's good. Now we're going to drop it right into the pan where we got all of our other ingredients. Now one other thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our lemon wedges. I cut this up. This is the other half of the chicken. So I got 4 wedges of the lemon. Got 4 wedges and I'm going to put them in like the 4 corners of the pan around the chicken. This is going to add even more lemon flavor to it. It's going to come out real nice. And now we're going to pop it into our lunchbox stove. Now if you're doing this at home, you want to do about 350 degrees for about 25 minutes until the skin is about golden brown and internal temperature is 165. That's your safe temperature for chicken. So if it's not golden brown on the skin, kick it on the broiler for a couple minutes and now golden brown the skin for you. Pop this in here. Now, I'm expecting this will probably take about as long as the chicken from the other day. That Dijon chicken of about an hour and a half to cook. So, I'm going to put my thermometer in it and just keep an eye on it and set it for 165 and it'll yell at me when it's ready to eat. So, see you guys when we get the chicken out and we'll double check and see how it looks. Hey everybody, it all finished up, looking good to go. And it actually came out very good. People at home, definitely you can use this recipe. We're going to put the chicken in a like 9x6 pan, and you just lay the 4 pieces of chicken out, intermingle the slices of lemon. You're going to use a whole lemon cut into 8ths, so you'll have 8 slices to work with. Anybody in the truck, it ended up taking about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes for the chicken to cook. I didn't actually time it, sadly, so I don't know the exact time. Took a little bit quicker than last time though, and I think part of that was the olive oil was heated up and the lunchbox stove was already heated up, so that sped things up a little bit. Aside from that, only other thing to take a look at is it'd be a good idea to, this is pretty quick and easy. It takes about 5-10 minutes to prep ahead of time. You just get the olive oil hot, throw the garlic in. Once you start smelling garlic, add everything else. And it takes 5-10 minutes to prep. You can go ahead, go for a run, do a quick little 30-45 minute workout, run into the truck stop, take a shower. By the time you get out, chicken's done, ready to eat. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is if you're doing a side item out of a can like I did, that stuff only takes 15-20 minutes, at most a half an hour. So you might not want to throw it in there, but at the lighter side, it doesn't really hurt if you overcook it a little bit, the stuff out of the can. Also, if you're driving down the road and you're doing it and you're using the thermometer, you can unplug your lunchbox stove, plug it in up front if you can. That way you don't have to worry about trying to reach back. Plug it in up front, you can unplug it and it'll keep its temperature for a good 30 to 45 minutes. So you'll still have pretty hot chicken to work with, and you have some time leeway just in case if you plug it in while you're on the last leg of your trip. Anyway, you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you next time.